I am a man of my word. Long time watcher. What's up, Jeff Trag? That's my guy. He's always in the comments, and I really appreciate him. And I told him that I would do a video on this article he wrote about free market universal healthcare. And that's him in the corner right there, looking like he's getting fluffed for porno. And by the way, nice stash, man. That's a great, like that. I'm pretty sure this picture looked like it was taken in the 70s or 60s. 70s. I give it a 70. It definitely has that 70s swag to it. But either ways, yeah, free market universal healthcare. Let's read a little bit into this. I've already read it, so this is written. He starts with a quote by Tammy Bruce. When health insurance is completely controlled by the government, it isn't about who gets healthcare, it's about who doesn't. It is the ultimate in population control. True. I disagree that the insurance is controlled by the government. I believe I don't like government controls the insurance. I believe the insurance controls the government. I believe the insurance industry and their lobbyists are just hand in hand. And make no mistake, there are elected officials who are invested. They their portfolio more than likely has stocks of insurance companies in it without question. But as far as lobbying and getting and making sure that the cost of our healthcare are so through the roof, it's through the insurance industry. So we're going to skip over quite a bit of this because these videos tend to run long. And I don't mean to, no disrespect, Jeff, but you're sort of setting the table. And what I'm trying to get to, there we go. I'm trying to get to the crux of your idea and break it down from here, okay? And before we begin, Jeff, punctuation, bro. All right, commas, periods, they are your friends and my friend as well because I get to read it. Trust me, it makes for easier reading when people have better punctuation. Not to call you out, mad love for you, brother. Just saying. My idea is to have the government pay for basic bare bones healthcare plans provided by private healthcare companies, but have people pick their own providers in the free market, a free market universal healthcare system, FMUH. The incentive to economize and thus create a market force for lower prices, innovation will be created by letting people choose the provider that serves them best, and at the same time giving everyone a monthly stipend that at least will be $500 over the cost of their monthly premiums for the low-end bare bones policies. An individual will be able to pick a cheap policy and pocket the difference, or pick a high-end policy and pay extra. Both scenarios will result in market forces being applied to the system. If a provider gives bad care and service or charges too much, people will leave and find the better provider, even for the low-end policies. In a single-payer system, people are stuck with no way out, and the government bureaucrats have zero incentive to work hard and do an excellent job. Okay. So I can't help but feel like this is a bit like what we have right now. Like, I mean, make no mistake, you can pick your own insurer. It's just, what is it going to cost you? And it sounds like the bulk of Mr. Trag's argument here is, give people money to pay for like basic plans, and then like it's sort of like it just really feels more like a what's the word that I'm looking for? I don't want to say stipend. He says stipend, but a ration. I think that might be what I'm looking for. It'll be a little bit more comparable. Whereas we cut a check and the bulk of the money. If you got a bare bones plan, that $500 is supposed to cover the bare bones plan, and like the government gives every citizen, I'm assuming, $500. That specifically either goes towards that plan, that $500 basic plan, or they could put it in their pocket and just roll the dice. One of the biggest problems with American healthcare is that for the longest it's been tied to employment, and they did that on purpose back in, I want to say, the 30s and 40s, because if it was under this idea that if you were working for somebody, you were helping them out and you want to make sure that they're okay. This was back, this was some patriarchal type stuff, but this is where we got these ideals from. And so if you're working for me and you're spending your life trying to help make my dream come true, I'm going to properly compensate you. When it was just, white man and white man. Hey, white guy. Hey, other white guy. You need a job, white guy. You need another job, white guy. and so he's like, you know what, I'm gonna take care of you. We're gonna make sure that you got the health care that you need and all this other stuff. And that's really where it got tied in to it being a part of the government, of the government stepping in on this. Because way back then there was that tie, there was that line there, and they've created so many other lines since. And now we're sitting here where, hey, if you want to go out there on your own and just purchase your own insurance, you better be balling, okay? You better be pulling at least 6 figures, bare bones. And I'm not talking about 100 grand. I'm talking about like 250, bruh, because it's just so, it's gotten so convoluted. But what Mr. Trag is suggesting here is really just a stipend, like a ration. Hey, here's $500 to go towards your. So it's not much different than UBI. It really isn't much different than universal basic income at all. And I'm not a fan of universal basic income. I'm not a fan of money for nothing, but I can appreciate money for something. Can you dig it? Like if we're sitting here saying like, yeah, this is for your insurance, and if maybe we sent that directly to that payment directly to insurers, that'd be okay. That'd be cool. I mean, as opposed to like, you know, because let's be real, you can't allow people to make a lot of choices for themselves because they will always make. Like you give people that $500, yeah, the chances that the insurance companies are actually giving that money, it decreases quite a bit because, oh man, $500. Hey Timmy, let's go take you to Disneyland right quick. Let me give my child something. I needed to give my baby a better a pair of Jordans. So, you know, I can kind of get, I could see where there would be the need to like, you know, tie that all together with the individual and the insurance company that they pick and choose. If they don't get in on the insurance end, I say the government keep that money and use it towards it. It could go back to the pool as opposed to just like leaving it out there and let them pocket it, you know. But for the most part, everyone has the bare bones insurance. I can get behind something that flows like that. I really can. Let's get into more of this. Having the government pay for the basic bare bones free market healthcare is like paying for an infrastructure. It is like a road that is there for everybody to use. You can use it to walk, ride a bike, drive an old beater, or drive a Rolls Royce. It is just there as potential energy. It is not intended to make us all equal. We need to see FMUH as a legitimate provision of public goods, and as Walter Williams would say, it is a means for all people to better their lives without having to start from scratch in the realm of healthcare. I honestly, Jeff, I like this idea. I like where you're going with this. As far as like intricacies, I don't think we're going to be getting that deep into this video because I think I may have been running a little bit long on this one as is. If everyone had to make their own road, we would be in a sorry state. While healthcare is a very different proposition than building a road, the basic idea can apply. Just like everybody needs government assistance to be able to travel efficiently in our modern age, with the same now holds true for healthcare. While not quite the necessity that roads or police are, it is something that now that we have reached this high level of societal advancement and wealth, it has become a choice we must make if we are to have a prosperous, fair, and cohesive society. So I respect this idea, Jeff. I really do. I can't say I respect your punctuation though. Like, no offense, I love you, bro, but I can't respect your punctuation. And I'm gonna link to this article in the comments, so anybody that comes across it and wants to check it out and like read through his entire synopsis and his entire idea, by all means. But I do respect where you're coming from with this. I just don't think that it should be like direct. Like, I believe people should have the option, pick which health insurance you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, parents pick for their children initially, and you know, parents pick for themselves, and then boom, you have this bare bones, just covering like, you know, minor things type, general checkups, general health. Because what happened to doctors like that? You know, those general practitioner doctors that, like, you know, family doctors. I mean, I'm sure there's still quite a few around, but there seems to be an overabundance of specialty doctors and different fields, in different, places that have overlapped the general practitioner as far as like, just overall health. So when it comes to general practitioner, I believe that, those operating within that space that look this, hey, I'm going to have that relationship with this family. I'm going to have these relationships with these people. I believe they should be more than compensated because they would be the first line of defense. And I'm talking about the people that genuinely care about the patients that they see, not the doctor that's coming in for 10 seconds to write you a prescription for all the drugs that you want. But I'm talking about the general practitioners that really are about family care and making sure that American families are healthy. I think that streamlining that process, because that extends, because from the general practitioner angle, that's where all the specialties break off. He's the one that has to recommend the specialty doctors, because he's the one that knows you, he's the one that knows your family, Like that at that level, I believe that free market universal healthcare would be fantastic. So, you know what? Damn it, Jeff, you did good, bro. You did good. Not writing wise, but idea wise, I definitely respect it and I definitely get behind it. So, guys, with that being said, you see this, man, I'm so proud to have you in my audience, bro. Like, I really am. This is my type of audience. I like that. People thinking about legitimate, cool ways to try to move things forward, man. Because that's what we should always be doing. We always need to be thinking. Jeff, man, I like this, man. Hello, respect, brother. All right. So, with that being said, all the internet stuff. If you like this, like it. Dislike it. How could you? Because Jeff's awesome. But if you feel you must, go ahead. Share, because sharing is caring. Sub if you want to hear my fantastic voice and get videos like this every single day, and speak. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is this something that, as a baseline, as a spark, as an idea, do you think tying general practicing and that level of doctoring to a free market universal healthcare, where hey, you're the doctor gets paid through your insurer, and you're paying the insurer through and the government pays the insurer on your behalf to make sure that you have that one baseline, and that general practitioner gets taken care of, because dude, that's the most important part. Like, I watched my mom die, right? And her doctor, Rena, he's not the doctor that she had, coming up. It wasn't a family doctor. It wasn't somebody that she was close to or anything else like that. It was a guy that was sitting there willing to write the prescription for her. That was it. He didn't give two damns about her life or, the fact that she was going to be gone soon. He's like, oh no, just to make her comfortable and pile her with freaking pills. And so having those types of relationships between doctor and patient, at least in my book, would make a world of difference, So let me know what you think in the comments, and until the next one.